knockout. We have Premier League Team of the Week for game week 17 as the Liverpool Arsenal Stars make best 11. We shall be focusing on sports as a business venture and not as a leisure. I will have a specialist here to treat on it because we educate, we enlighten, and we entertain you in sports here. I'm here in the studio with Mazi Emmanuel Chizobane. Chizobane, welcome to Sunrise Sport this morning.
All right, thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Have you ever participated in any competition organized in the local scene? I'm not talking about those ones we play here in Enugu and the rest of them. Have you ever?
Yeah.
You played and you organized?
Yeah, I played and I organized.
By the way, I've never asked you the wing is normally. Which wing do you play, sir?
I play as a forward.
A forward, maybe 8, 10, 7 or
10, 7, 11, 9.
My colleague here, Tochukwane, do you know his nickname? He has a sobriquet as a own goal specialist.
Own goal specialist.
Own goal specialist in the sense that about 3 years ago, he went to Ibuku in Anambra State. He played 11 matches and scored 5 goals into his own net. It's a record to be broken. So I don't know, do you have any name you are known for? When anytime you're in the pitch, they know me as Woke Maki say goal. They call me the only attacker appreciation because I don't miss my chances. What did they call you?
I don't think I have any
that means maybe you have not met a dangerous defender because Obina, the other of my colleague Obina, he said that he's a midfield maestro. But the day Obina featured for ESBSL 5 aside, in fact, Obina lasted only for 27 minutes, and he started asking me, please, I want to go. You know, I'm married now. So it's always good to at least play during the festive period. And yours sincerely, in 2 days' time, after leaving that particular job for the younger ones for 18 years now, I want to go back because
I'll be playing this year as well. I'll be playing this year.
But Oluchi, my cameraman, Oluchi, have you ever featured in your town? You're from Kano is at least Amechidodo to be precise. Have you ever featured for your village?
Why?
Which wing did you play? You were attacking the referee.
3.
Are you a left footer?
Yes.
Yeah? You're a left footer. Have you ever scored goal before? Don't say anyone because I will take time. To go and ask. Yes, let's start with this one. Like I said during my intro, because Obe Unity Football Competition will be kicking off today. And like I told you, in Group A, you have Munguto, Obodoba, Ihuako, and Umiko. Then in Group B, you have Enugu, Umenenta, Obuafia, and Omo Hojama. To kickstart this year's Obe Unity Football Competition by 2 p.m. It's going to be Munguto with the defending champion taking on Umiko. They are sisters, as it were, because you can see the name. They have a similarity and coincidence in their names. Umiko were taking on Umunguto by 2 p.m. By 4 p.m., it's going to be another epic encounter between Enugu Bay and Obuofia. That's how it's going to be. Then on 26th, because though tomorrow there will be an exhibition match between Umo Hojama and Umunguto. So yours sincerely will be there to watch the game. But on the 26th, it's going to be by 2 p.m. It's going to be Ihako FC. Ihako taking on Obodoba United. Then by 4 p.m., Women will be taking on Umo Jam. By 4 p.m. I'll be giving you as the day comes by. That is how it's going to be panel. If your village or your town is playing, you remember I featured one of the organizers yesterday. Or come over to Sunrise FM 96.1 and we shall be telling the public how people are doing it. Whether you are playing Nike League, whether you are playing Oboaka League, whether you are playing Ojireva League, Oziago League or Amechidodo League, Owo League. Just come closer because we are culture driven and grassroots oriented. That is our slogan here in ESBS. Let's start with this one because Governor Hope Uzodinma has done a marvelous work by um, giving out 3 buses for Heartland Football Club. Before I read the story, I don't know what you make of it, Chizoba.
Yeah, remember last time I was telling you that if I should be a governor, I would rather be giving teams infrastructure, helping them with infrastructure than giving them money. They need these things more than the physical category. Teams are supposed to structure themselves to be self-funded.
Yes.
So I applaud the gesture.
If you say that, but this is 90% or 95% of teams we have in Nigeria are government based. They are being
And
funded by government.
it's not supposed to be so. That is one of the problems we're having in football here in Nigeria.
Anyway, when we come back to the story, because we shall be talking about sports as a business venture and not as a leisure. It's a very topical issue we are going to be treating this morning, and it's going to be a very nice one because if you listen, you learn one or two things. If you're aspiring to have a football team, or you have you're a cricketer, you're a basketballer, you're a sprinter, whatever sports you are doing, somebody is here to tell us, teach us that sports supposed to be a business, not as a leisure. Yes, you cannot rule away the amusement part of this, maybe entertainment part of it, but many people here, especially in Europe and South America, you see some people building a castle, building a sports village, as it were. The money they got from but here we only spend our money in the hotels. We spend our money in filling stations. We spend our money in building houses. You see people bragging that and I built a house in the village. I built where I'm living now with my family. I'm the person. Yes, it's a very nice one, but it goes beyond that.
Yes.
It goes beyond the essence of problem. Civil unrest we usually have in our countries here is traceable, or it can be attributed to non-infrastructural availability.
Yes.
So that is the way I look at it. Let's start with this one anyway. Yes, we earlier told you that Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, he has been very, very magnanimous in giving out 3 buses to Harlem Football Club of Owerri. You remember that before now, even before his reign as the governor, Harlem Football Club had not. Anyway, let me just read it the way our reporter sent it, because in a bid to bolster sports development in Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodinma handed over 3 brand new buses to Heartland Football Club of Owerri. The presentation which took place during the weekend at the Imo State Government House saw Heartland FC receiving a brand new 32-seater Toyota Coaster bus and a sprinter bus, while Heartland Queens FC got a new 32-seater coaster bus respectively. While presenting the buses to the officials of the clubs, Governor Uzodinma commended the footballers and their handlers for performing well so far with minimal support, and urged them to do better as more encouragement will be inevitable. Governor Uzodinma enjoined the supervising Minister of Sports Development to reduce bureaucracy and allow the football clubs managers, particularly the technical manager of a Heartland Football Club, Emmanuel Emonike, who is tested and trusted and possesses the technical competence, the free hand to take responsibility for his actions. He reiterated his earlier directive that Emonike should have unfiltered access to his office as regards his activities as a technical advisor. Governor Uzodinma remarked that the vehicle are to enable the clubs bring laurels to the state and advise them, especially the drivers, to be careful about how they manage road traffic, bearing in mind that they are conveying Imo ambassadors. He assured of government continuous support to the male and the female clubs, and they urged Aminike to show more commitment that will result in success at all times. In his appreciation, the State Commissioner for Sports Development, Mr. Obinna Onyocha, thank God for the day, and particularly the governor for his fatherly support to the ministry and the football, noting that the donation of the buses is just one out of many of such supports. He assured that the buses will be put to proper use and for the purpose they are meant for, even as he promised that they will be properly maintained. Yes, Chizob, I don't know what you make of it. I've given a bus 32-seater bus to Heartland and their female distance. I think I haven't had that in recent time, governor giving a 32-seater bus for a female team in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
I really support. I am really in support. I'm happy for what he did for the team because like I always say and like I just said not too long ago that these are the things these teams need more.
Yeah.
They need someone that will be able to convey them from one point to another comfortably because
Yes,
to play football you need to be comfortable in every angle. So it's not just all about we give 10 million, we give 20 million. We need infrastructure, sports infrastructure to boost sports in Nigeria.
anyway, it's a very nice one, and we must commend the governor. And it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
not easy
It's
at
not
all. Whoever that thinks it's an easy something, let the person do the needful, because do otherwise anyway. Because giving out, some people would have said, okay, let me just focus on only Heartland Football Club. But this time around, he decided to
Yeah,
give out,
to extend
extend
to
the team to
the
the
female
female.
team.
And
Yes.
what a way to encourage them, because it is only, we don't have any other female team in Igbo land here. Anyway, we have it is the only Heartland female
No, I think there are some female teams, but
that
I
are
think
participating in a
yeah,
women
okay,
Nigerian women. That is
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean. That is what
Yeah.
I mean. We have another team here in Enugu that is being coached by my very good friend, but they are not participating in the league.
No,
They are not participating in
The
the league.
female league here in Nigeria is not really good at the moment, but hopefully within the next couple of years it's going to improve.
That is what we are begging. We are hoping that it will happen, and when it happens, because I love watching female football. The way they shout, the way they play, and the rest of them. You'll be holding your stomach anytime they collided, and they will be asking yourself whether they are going to wake up. But you see them getting up and continue playing. I remember back then, as an undergraduate. Um, this former Nigerian international Rita Chikwele, we call her Oya Bantu. How she started, anytime you see some young men playing ball, she will go and join them. The father said, if work is her ball, you come go get in the ball with you, because at times she will get injured. But the thing is that the thing just stiffen the young woman. Anytime she fights with any female colleague, the person must faint. Do you understand? Once he hit the person must faint. In fact, if you are in the same height with her as a boy, you cannot beat a year at that point in time. And that was why she lasted the way she lasted.
Wow.
You know, she captained even our Super Falcons.
Wow.
Do you understand? So I don't know whether she has come back. I will bring her into this studio. So the thing is that at a point she became the winner, the person helping the family, changing the location, building houses, the breadwinner, helping even the other ones that are. In fact, the way things are happening in this world, sports
is a part of the economy that we are not even giving much attention.
Exactly. And how I wish I'm a senator. I wish I'm a governor. I mean, I will go to Kano, look for a Ogo, because they have a very vast land, a very level-headed decision, and build one of the best academies and provide everything you can see that.
Like, imagine if Enugu State should have like 4 sports game village or sports complex within Enugu State, like the possibility is going to generate for Nigeria is going to be very massive.
But when you look at all these things, building the thing is one thing. When another government takes over, it is the problem. You remember that Wike, he went to Spain. I remember.
Yes.
He has Real Madrid academy in
The thing
Rivers State, but
is
why functional is
is
the
the way
academy
is the
now?
way you structure the academy when you are setting it
That
up. That is the most important thing. It's not just all about starting it or building it. It's how you structure it. Did you structure it to be self-funded, self-reliable, or are you structuring it to be based on government
Yes,
money?
it
That
is
is where
always based on
most
government
of the
money.
problem. That's why I said that government involvement in Nigerian sports is part of the problem we are having.
Yes, just yesterday in an outstanding match, Aqua United put an end to their three-game winless run as they defeated Harlan FC of Owerri. Despite collecting boss from governor over the weekend in a Nigerian Premier League feature on Monday, they promised keepers a secured maximum 3 points over the visitors with a comfortable 2-0 win at the Gospel Akpabio International Stadium to move out of the relegation zone. The match was quite a one-sided affair, and the host started with a clear intentions win as they created a lot of chances in the first half. Ebuka Wokocha was very busy in goal for Heartland FC, and it ended up that Akwa United defeated them by 2-1. What a bad way to express the gesture given to them by Governor of
Well,
Imo State.
one thing is the business of football is different from playing football itself. So it's not something new. It happens always. So
Chizoba, you cannot give me a boss, a 32 boss this and I will go and lose my
but
my
the
next
boss
match.
is not playing the game now.
Two goals to nil.
But-
It should have been a very an encouragement for them to at least get a good result.
There is this thing we do say that Ademasi Chuku Batamos Manam Kakwa. Like we all know that Heartland they are an inferior team compared to their opponents. So
but Akwa United, they are better on the log than Akwa United. The Akwa United has not won their game for a very long time.
it doesn't really matter. Anyways, let's not just start going into those details. Let's not start going into those details.
I must say that I'm not happy that they lost that game.
Well, that's football. It's either a win or a draw, or a loss for a team. So one must go, and unfortunately, they lost.
Yes, in another development, because I love giving you what is happening in Nigeria over what is happening abroad. In case you are waiting for me to tell you that, I will still do that if time permits us. But because Arsenal, the injury worries, in fact, the team is now, in fact, 30 to 40% of their players are now injured. But we shall be talking that. NNL bans Warriors home ground. Yes, the Nigerian National League NNL has banned the Sapele Township Stadium from hosting matches in the division. The Sapele Division Township Stadium is the home ground of NNL side Warriors. The club had been ordered to play their home matches at the Ozoro Township Stadium. Warriors missed out on promotion to the Nigerian Premier League last season. The Seasiders have recorded 4 points from their last two fixtures. Warriors will take on Igbado United in their next league game. So I don't know. They did not tell us why they were banned from. Probably because of fans encroachment to the pitch, or maybe they beat the referee. No, that has been the talk of. Then we sit down and watch English Premier League. You see a team losing as big as Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur. They beat Tottenham in front of their home fans, 6-3, and nothing happened. But you cannot do such a thing here. Number one, the following day, you hear that the coach has been sacked. Number two, you hear that the coach has been beaten. You hear that the visiting team, their boss has been smashed. In fact, a lot of ugly incidents will be taken. But when we watch English Premier League and other leagues,
you know, one thing, like, in fact, the problem we have in Nigeria is not just all about government anyways. Like, everybody is involved in that. We are the cause of the whole problem, both us, the fans.
Yes, from another development, Kenneth Ibegoye is set to be named the new technical advisor for Akwa United, according to reports. We are telling you before other people will start telling you. We are telling you first. Yeah, according to reports, Ibegoye has open talks with the promise keepers to take charge of the club. The former manager of the side, Mohamed Babaganaro, put the post following the club's poor start to the season. Ibegoye previously managed Sunshine Stars and Heartland in the Nigerian Premier League (NPFL). The young tactician will be tasked with the responsibility of stabilizing the club. Akwa United are at the bottom of the NPFL table with 16 points from 17 games. For more, anyway, Remember that he resigned his position as the technical advisor of Sunshine Stars 2 weeks ago. Baba Ganaro resigned about 1 week ago from Aqua United. So um, something that is bitter for you is sweeter for another person. That is how Nigerian Premier League is. Yes, before we go to come back to what we are telling you, um, Osimhen is now he remains the most valuable player in Turkish Super League for 2024.
Yeah, I think he deserves that and more. Osimhen is a good player, and if if I were to be him, I would have just like maybe signed 1 year there.
More?
Yeah,
How old is Osimhen?
doesn't matter. He has already made the money. He's already made. When it comes to finance, he's already made.
You know, when Uche Okechukwu was playing for, is it the Fenerbahce or the whatever?
Sometimes,
When you go to Turkey to play, they see you as somebody that's playing in Saudi Arabia.
sometimes you enjoy you play at a point in your career. You just play to enjoy yourself. And Osimhen, I think Osimhen is at that point of his career now.
Told us how he was selling pure. He's not playing to enjoy it. He's playing to
For
make
now,
money.
for
He's playing
now,
to make money.
if I'm to be him, if he stays there for another 1 season and with this form, he's going to come back even bigger.
Are you telling me that if PSG start knocking on his door, he should ignore them? If Liverpool start knocking on his door, he should ignore them.
Well, if they should start knocking, fine. But if I'm to be him, I'll play there because there is something that football is actually psychology, and the love they've shown him is something that if I'm to be him, he should repay.
Okay, in another development in boxing, yes, Deontay Wilder has risen in the WBC ranking again 5 months after his last ratings move. Despite a two straight defeat, the former WBC heavyweight champions remains eligible for an immediate heavyweight title that through the voluntary process, that is WBN reported in July that Wilder had moved up 1 place on the WTC list after getting knocked out by Zidane Zhang. I think I love the way boxing, the way they rate them. Not in football, when you lose, you have lost out. But there's a way you lose, there will be another chance for you to fight another day, and that is what it's supposed to be.
So I think it's same with football now.
Mm.
At least the league table, if you lose today, you have a chance you have 38 games actually to prove yourself.
So where do we now place Man City? If you say that, where do you now place Man City?
I don't want to start a conspiracy theory, but I think everything has to do with the charges leveled against them. So I was talking to my friend the other, and I told him that
it's 115 charges.
It's no longer all about.
Is it why they are losing matches?
It could be deeper than that. It's no longer all about losing games anymore. It's a different thing if you lose today, you draw tomorrow, you win the next game, or maybe win the next 2 games and lose again. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
Then it's a whole new different picture when you lose out of 11 games.
Yeah.
You've lost 7. Like it's a different thing. Winning only 1 and drawing the rest. Like it's so big.
If I'm waking up and somebody is telling me that
you won't believe.
I won't believe.
You won't believe.
Under the watch of Pep Guardiola. That is a discussion for another day. Yes, let's tell you that the Premier League team of the week for game 17 as the Liverpool Arsenal Stars make 11. Yes, match day 17 of the English Premier League was wrapped up yesterday with slot. That is on Sunday, cruising to a huge 6-3 win over Tottenham Hotspur. Without a further ado, below is the team of the week. Bournemouth Kepa Azebalaga would be tasked with the responsibility of starting in between the goal post after his industrious performance against Manchester United, as he made 7 crucial saves to stop Ruben Amorim's side from mounting and come back. The back four will feature 2 Wolverhampton Wanderers players in 30 Gomez and Rodrigo Gomez, who both played a crucial role in the 3-0 win over Leicester City, while Bournemouth Dean Hodgson, who capitalized on Manchester United's set piece woes, and the Liverpool Alexander Arnold will complete the back line. In the middle of the pack, Bournemouth Christie effectively won the midfield battle against the likes of Kobe Mainoo, Bruno Fernandes, and Manu Gatti, while combined with Liverpool Dominic Zoboszlai, who netted a brilliant goal to help and slot side trash Tottenham. On the Wednesday, you have Mohamed Salah, who continued his red hot form against with 2 goals and 2 assists against Tottenham. We occupy the right hand side and of attack, while Aston Villa Rogers will take over on the left after registering an assist and a goal versus Manchester City. On front, Gabriel Jesus with a brace against Crystal Palace, and Alexander Isak with 3 goals against Ipswich Town. We spearhead the attack. Yes, I don't know whether is there any player you think that should have been there that is not there. I think they got it spot on.
They got it spot on. They got it spot on.
Yes, in a 4-4-2 formation.
Yeah, they got it spot on.
English Premier League is turning to another thing. Bournemouth, I still maintain that their counter attack is the most
Effective this season.
ferocious I've ever seen this season, because when you are playing against them, you better you don't carry all your eggs in one basket, because once they hit your counter attack, they always result into. Yes, yes. Let's come back to what you said there, because we are going to be discussing a very topical. It's now 10:30. It's sports today, reaching to you from Sunrise FM 96.1, and I'm here. I'm in the studio with Maazị Chizoba Emmanuel, and he's a sports advertiser and marketer. So let's come back. What do you mean by sports as a business venture and not as a leisure? What do you mean by that?
Okay, yeah. Sports as a business, not just as a leisure, is something that we need to we are failing to understand here in Nigeria. Sports is no longer just all about let's go and play football. It's now a very big industry.
Yeah,
it's a very big industry. Like to put it into perspective, like the sports industry of UK alone is worth around $26 billion, which is like almost twice the entire sports industry of Africa.
Yeah.
Which is around I think 12 to 13 billion dollars. Then while only the Premier League alone is worth around 7.5 billion dollars, and while the Nigerian sports industry entirely, volleyball, basketball, cricket, everything, is worth just $3 billion, which is like the UK Premier League alone is worth more than twice what the entire sports industry of Nigeria is worth. So here in Nigeria, we still see this whole thing like it's a leisure.
Yeah.
We've been left behind, just like in every sector. We've been left behind. We fail to understand that it's no longer just let's go and play football.
Yes.
It's now business, and we should start and learn how to treat sports as a business.
Okay, what are the economic impact? Let's just talk about the economic impact. Yes.
You know, sports itself, it has a very good economic impact. In most countries, it gives about 2% of the entire GDP of the country, like say US, UK, Germany, and the 2% of the US economy is around $430 billion. Now, if you bring it here to Nigeria, it's around 1.3 trillion naira.
The way you are calling
the
this
figures,
money,
the figures is
I will
huge.
faint here.
So this is what, like, now imagine that amount of money in our economy.
Yeah.
The ripple effect is going to be very good for everybody. Now, I said something about if imagine having like 4 sports complex in Enugu State here. Let's say we have one at Nsukka side, one at the Udi or Ogu side. We have one at Nkanda and one at central of Enugu here now. Now imagine such infrastructure in place. Then a competition is being brought down here to Enugu. I'm very sure that in the space of 2-3 weeks, millions of naira, hundreds of millions of naira will pour into the local economy of Enugu State.
You know, what people don't know, that is why the governor, the current governor of Enugu State, Governor Peter Ndubisi, his wisdom, because I've discussed with the commissioner here. You know, Enugu State will be hosting National Sports Festival. It has never happened in Enugu before, and for him to do that, or for Enugu State to do that, you must expand your infrastructural facilities.
Currently, I don't think we have everything it takes.
Not at all.
To host, which I believe he's going to invest.
Maybe next year.
Yeah,
I think it's factored in the budget.
Yes, I think he's going to invest in it. So, like, this is part of the thing now. Imagine such here in Enugu State every year.
Yeah.
Imagine that every year.
The
here in
hoteliers,
State.
the street sellers,
all
the
the hotels they are building, they
Yeah.
will start making money.
even
The
the
filling
transporters,
station,
yeah.
the filling station, the transporters, everything will start improving. So like sports is something that, and surprisingly, sports is one of the industry that can employ every other profession to work in it. Your lawyer, the doctor, nutritionist, name it, coach, almost every profession can work can work
So
directly and indirectly.
you're not talking about the economic part. What of the sports and the media?
This is where I'm having the problem with the media.
Yeah.
We here in Nigeria, we are talking the other day about the role of media in English Premier League.
Yeah.
If there is no media, there won't be sports.
Exactly.
And if the media people should invest more in sports by reporting local sports. Why all of us, we always want to go to UK because when we are small, we will say, Agbaka Afugi na TV. Now imagine where there is a local league here, let's say all this Oboka league.
Yes.
There are about 4 or 5 leagues that will be playing in my town, Oboka, this Christmas, which I'll be playing in 1 or 2.
Yes.
So imagine when Sunrise TV comes in and like broadcast that. Now imagine those boys playing, they will put their life.
And another thing, it's just that we are making a point because somebody that is in UK who is from Enugu State, who is an Igbo, is tired of watching English Premier and watching local league.
The actual goal of almost every footballer is to play, to be seen on TV.
Yeah.
The money is involved in also, but the actual goal is actually to play, to be seen on TV. Now imagine when you go to AIT, NTA, and all the local TV station and you see yourself playing, you see your son. Okay, now let's say you have a son that is playing, and then he has a match with let's say he's playing for Junior Rangers and he has a match with let's say these Devs, and Sunrise TV is going to live broadcast that match. You'll be like, Papa Ekene, come je kilie nwa bem na TV. Papa
Chikeze
ga bokwa tata. Your friend will be like, come je kilie Chikeze nwa be or you okay. He will tell another friend. Another friend will tell another friend. Nwa be onya na Africa na TV. You find out that all of us that is clamoring to see the English Premier League will come down to start watching the local TV.
And that is why South African League is improving.
Because it's been televised in their country.
They don't watch English Premier League there. Look at the
they don't really know what is even happening in the English Premier League.
And they don't even go outside
they don't care about
where our players, before the season will end now, you hear that one player from Heartland has went a wall. He has gone for trial without even the management knowing. Similar something happened when I was doing my youth service.
Okay.
There's a place they called Gwandu. Gwandu is in Kebbi State, in one of the Emirates in that state. Gwandu Emirate. So, do you know the primary school? I was heading NYC Northern Primary School. I'm the headmaster at that point in time. They have FGGC, Federal Government College, Gwandu. They have their staff primary school. Our own, they believe that is it not core members? They don't know anything to do. Do you know what I did? I started teaching them, preparing them for, as a journalist, I started preparing them. I want to take them to state television, NTA, their state television there. They never believed. I continued with my colleague. We just keep teaching them. When we got them prepared, I called my colleague who is working in that television station. She came and assessed them. I said, okay, they're ready. Good. I went to the local chairman, unlike what we used to have here. Anytime I want to see the local government chairman as a core member, he gives me all the access. Do you understand? Nobody. HM, what do you want? I said, I want to see the chairman. They will suspend the program and ask me to go. I said, Honorable, look at what I do. You see, is that all? That is what you want to do. He gave us bus, he gave us food, he gave us drink, he gave us driver. At the appointed day, the man took us to the building in Kebbi. After displaying everything, and it was recorded now, when we came back, the day the thing was to be
put on TV.
Yes, I write a book, I write just a memo, something like, please, when you get home, these are children are 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 11, 12 years. I will give. But one thing about those Hausa boys and the girls, and anything you tell them to, you tell their parents, or like here, many people will play and they all drop the thing. 5 p.m. on Tuesday. You know the way they live their lives. They have their television in the market and the rest. Many of them came and sat and was watching. You can imagine in their life somebody the Sarikin Gabas, the head of one of the sons was among the. My name is Ibrahim Gwandu Gabas. I'm in primary three. The title of my poem is Go 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 Go. Jesus Christ. So, do you know the following day? I was like a king. Although we are about to pass out that, this one came to our listening and said, "One night, Allah here. That's this Igbo man. May God help you. Allah here, Allah Bama here. They were giving me money.
Okay.
They were giving me money, meat. If you go to market, they say, HM, take. Do you know they started withdrawing their children from the other school?
So
that is the thing, because they saw their children on television.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. The media, you guys need to put more effort on it. It doesn't, and the funny thing is that more view. I don't know. Anyway, this is how it works. Anyways, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
More views to your channel or your radio and more listeners to your radio station translates to more money. Yeah. Isn't that how it works?
It is.
So we all want fresh content. Like there is so much entertainment in the whole world that if you don't give people fresh content, they will just forget about you. Now imagine when you are televising this match today, you are televising Obe match next tomorrow, you are televising Oboka match. You find out that every day people are glued.
Exactly.
We're trying to tune to your station, trying to watch what you guys will offer.
Because you are giving the local content.
Give the local content, and it will draw more fans to the stadium, because they'll be like, if I can't play to be seen, let me go and watch to also be seen.
Because it's going to be televised on ETV.
On ETV live. So all this in the media need to invest more. Okay, now we are giving a report on how what caused the ban on forgotten the name of the team.
Okay,
Warri Wolves. And I felt sad because this thing is what media should have found out even before now. When during the transfer season, you hear that a player has moved from this club for 70 million pounds, 80 million pounds, 90 million pounds. It's not the management that makes such announcement. It's the media that does the investigation to find out how much was actually being paid. Now, here in Nigeria, I doubt if we know how much most of these players are paid. The media don't even care to find out. What they are more focused on is how much Ronaldo is being paid, how much Messi earns, how much Zlatan earns, all these things, but forgetting your own local team, where you should put your focus on.
Yes, you can call us on 0907-275-9950. It's going to be interactive. Yes, 0907-275-9950, 0706-815-8029. Let's know your take on what we are discussing this morning, or the one we have discussed before. Yes, choose about the thing concerning our profession is that we are being, there's a lot of branches that have limited our performance. Here in Nigeria, I have to tell you that it is this current managing director of ESBS that have given me the opportunity to go and watch, ever since I started working with this establishment, to go and watch Rangers Continental match. Do you understand? At the Gospel Ababio, the previous listen, they will tell you that we don't have the resources. In fact, they're copied from other people that are going to went. There is every need. It's different when you are there and you see everything yourself. When you are reporting, reporting the thing authoritatively. Do you understand? Or like when somebody maybe, if he makes a mistake, you carry the mistake in your report and the rest of them. So, and even I'll just a little thing, I would have even gone to France with because of our new MD wanted to send me to France to watch the just concluded Olympics. Do you understand? So, but I'm hoping that in order like this other by next year Super Eagles matches they are World Cup qualifying this and just sincerely watching the thing. Do you understand? So we are being hampered by a lot of things. Where you are working, do they have you where would that to support you? Do you understand? Do you have the equipment to work on?
But you know, it still falls on management. It still boils down to management, like I always say, because everything hindering sports here in Nigeria boils down to the management. Government interferes so much in almost every sector of every sector, media and sports. They interfere so much in the whole thing. I think radio stations should, broadcasting stations should have the capacity to send their staffs to places like this, because if not, what are you actually doing?
Can I tell you another thing? You are aware that insofar as like I'm working for a government citizen, there are so many things I cannot say. I think you know that.
Yes.
Do you understand? There are so many things I cannot say. Even if you are working with a private radio station or television,
you can't see everything.
there's something you cannot say under the watch of the government where the radio station is situated. So there's a lot of hindrances hampering our performance. Unlike over there in Europe, you can open your mouth and say things the way they are and nothing happens to you.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So, but let's continue with what we are discussing. Remember, in case you are watching, you are listening to what we are saying, we are discussing sports as a business venture and not as a leisure. And I'm here with Mazde Chuzava Emmanuel, and he's a sports marketer. And you can hear that from his explanation that he's knowledgeable about what he's saying. Chuzava, let's talk about this particular topic, the business of sports teams and events. Can you just elucidate more on that?
Well, when it comes to I say something. The business side of football is different from the actual profession itself.
How? Just explain.
Sometime last
Sorry,
year.
Remember you can still call us on 0907 275 9950 or 0706 815 8029. Yes, let's hear your voice.
Okay. Sometime last year, I think, yes. Is it last year? Before Amobi came to Rangers,
Yeah.
we all know where Rangers was financially and otherwise. So I tried reaching out to the management then, and we had some kind of discussion on how to shake things up. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. Then Amobi came in.
Yeah.
He did something with Rangers that till tomorrow, if any other team copy the same templates that Amobi used, that team becomes self-funding. Yeah. Amobi changed the face of Rangers entirely. There is this thing that Premier League clubs normally do each season. They change their jersey.
Yeah.
Amobi brought it to Rangers, which I think one of the first to introduce it to the Nigerian Premier League. These are the ways club generate money, merchandise sales, then broadcasting rights. This is where the media comes into
but that one is dead in Nigeria because.
But this one is on the media, not even on the government.
Okay.
This one is on the media. Like I made an example on if ESBS should start broadcasting local matches, people want to watch ESBS, and I believe you guys have a way, the metrics to calculate number of viewers at a given time.
Yeah.
With that viewers, that's when you start bringing in sponsors. I think that's how it works everywhere.
Exactly.
So now imagine if you are able to televise local leagues every day, and maybe your viewership shoots from 10,000 to 50,000. Automatically, it's translating to revenue.
Yeah.
Now, let's say because of the number of viewership have increased, you take some cuts from that money, and you go to these local teams that you say, okay, from your matches we televised, we are able to generate 10 million naira. What you should take 1 million, 1 million, you take one. We'll keep 5 million for ourselves.
Yes.
Maybe you distribute like 5 million, keep 5 million for yourself. If those people use that money judiciously and reinvest into their own local league, the coming season the league will even be better.
Yeah, very correct.
You've generated more revenue. Now you won't be needing money to send any of your staff to go and bring more content to you. I remember you remember how we met, what brought me to this place. So these are where the media need to key in to play a part, not just all about the government.
Yeah.
Then we come to the part of the structure of the local teams. They structure their team just like, that's why I say not just a leisure. Anybody can just wake up one morning and be like, hey, I want to start a football club, without even putting certain things in place, and they automatically start expecting sponsors. And I keep telling some of my clients, Sponsorship is not a charity cause. It's a business you are having with the sponsor.
Yeah.
If you don't have the followers, the number of engagements on your social media, website, and every other this thing, fans and fan base, these sponsors, when they are giving you this money, they are giving you as a charity. They'll be like, okay, take 100,000. It's not enough, given the current economic situation. But if you have those things in place, when you meet a sponsor, you will have that bargaining power. Sir, ma, we need 50 million naira. We are going to be advertising your brand for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
You can spread the payments 10 million per year. Imagine that fund to manage your team. But we just wake up, somebody might just wake up one morning and, okay, I want to own a team. Boom, start a team without putting anything in place. You should be able to write a business plan, just like every other business. Write down a business plan, the name, get all the necessary approvals, and follow the due process. Build it gradually, and you find out 2, 3, 4 years, your team will be doing very well.
Yes, in conclusion, Chizoba, before we go, is there another thing you want to add there? Because I think I've enjoyed myself. I've learned a lot in what you're saying, because whoever that's listening to us now, if the person wants to maybe engage in sports, because the problem we have here in Africa, in Nigeria and Igbo land is that when you are setting up a football club, so to say, or even basketball, anything, we always think about the structure is not always strong, but we think about the benefit, the dividends we are going to be getting without having a structural base. Do you understand? And you need to ask questions, how it is done. Look at the environment, the people who are your target audience. Because but here we don't do such a thing. I remember in 2011, I took a football club here from Enugu here to from Wiki Tourist to Jos, that is Bauchi to Jos to Kaduna. Then we traveled to Benin Republic. The first time I left, I went outside this country. In fact, what we saw there, you can't believe that it's just ordinary Benin Republic. The way they structure their distance, do you understand? So, but that is not the issue. The issue is that even if yes, the government has decided to do. We have a responsive government. We can still change a lot of things in Nigeria. Yeah. But there's no way, just like what former Rangers player will always say here, as Diklute, there's no government that can manage a football club just like somebody, an individual, a corporate citizen. It cannot.
No,
it cannot.
Government cannot.
It cannot, because once another government, and maybe this one,
if he or she is not sports inclined, the project is there.
That is the thing. You will, and after maybe Governor Peter Mba is focusing to make sure that he erects a lot of structures and the rest of them. Who comes after him is unknown to us.
Actually, sorry to cut you short. I think the progress of Rangers is not really on Peter Mba.
Yeah.
He's on Amobi. But I trust him to do well. I trust him to do well.
We couldn't have been Amobi without Peter Mba.
No. It can be Amobi without Peter Mba. Actually, Rangers.
Who gave Amobi the platform to do that?
Well, okay, for the appointments.
Of
yes.
course.
Yes. And that is even where the problem is. That is even where the problem is. The government of a state, the government of a state shouldn't have the power to choose who heads the team.
This man has said that before now. I think I used to say it here. He said that
governors shouldn't have that power.
What we have is that the way the structure is easier is that look at Real Madrid, look at all these clubs. They don't appoint. They have election. They have election.
If I'm to say, I think Enugu State should throw Rangers open to the public to buy. If you have the money, you purchase the number of shares you want. It can be public owned. Those with higher percentage run the club. Anytime they want, they feel like they'll say, okay, okay, you're not doing well, you're not giving us enough, you're not bringing in enough money for us, you are going. And when you are going, you know you are going not because of he's a new governor. You are going because you are incompetent. But in this case now, Amobi is doing very well. A new governor might come in and be like, I don't like this guy. Let me compensate this my boy that helped me. Let me compensate my boy that helped me.
That has been the problem.
You will find out in the next 8 years, Rangers will be dead again. That is the problem we are having here. And the government is involving themselves too much in sport. In fact, every club in Nigeria should be privately owned.
Yeah.
If the government should be involved, they should be involved as a shareholders,
Yeah.
because they feel like the venture is moving, want to put our money. But then it shouldn't be they shouldn't have that capacity to be like, we don't want this one, we should start this person.
There's a club in Tanzania, Simba of Tanzania. I was watching a super sports organizer, this African soccer, whatever. Last year, the general manager is at 8 years.
Wow.
He was talking about how the father used to take him to come and watch it. At a point, he developed an interest. In fact, how he became their general manager. Do you know what they do? If they have like 10,000 fans, what everybody pays is maybe $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. Who decide who they sign is the fans.
Wow.
The person you play, they will watch him, or they will have an open destination where they put their destination when the season is about to. They will look at it. The players they look at it. They bring the person. If they want to elect their destination, they dare not spend any money without the knowledge of.
We all see how Real Madrid and Barcelona, yeah, they throw open election.
Yeah.
They decide who heads.
If the president fails to do well as a destination, you are not coming back.
You are not coming back. But here in Nigeria, governor will just be like, I want you come and be the general manager of this team. And this is where the whole problem.
Just like what happened to Heartland before, where deputy speaker of the state was managing Heartland football.
That is part of.
And probably that was why the governor made the statement he made. Maybe they're still interfering in the club.
All in Nigeria, I think it's just about only 2 clubs.
Remo Stars and Ikorodu City.
Ikorodu City. I think that is just the only 2 teams that government is not involved. And now look at their brand as a whole. Aside Rangers now giving what Amobi is doing there. Look at that 2 brands. They are doing very well. So government should like sell the club.
Just like what the former governor
sell the club.
Former governor of Ebonyi said, just because you go into the pitch to play, I will pay you 2 million naira.
Sell the club.
So the
club.
So
exactly.
It's a very unfortunate. I want to thank you very much for stopping by for the analysis and educating us as it concerns sports as a business venture and not as a leisure. But don't forget that you cannot rule away leisure in sports, because sports is meant to be entertaining. Yes, sir. My name is Chibuzon Wedionataka Christian. Remember that tomorrow is the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. Make sure you make somebody happy. And on 26th is going to be the Boxing Day. We shall be coming back to tell you more. Sports is coming. Sunrise Sports is coming tomorrow, and we are going to be giving you a lot. Chioma Golana and Steve Dede are on hand here to complete our English prayer this morning. Please keep on listening to Sunrise Sports. We say Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from us here. Thank you very much for listenership, and make sure you don't engage yourself in any trouble, because the lawyers are on break so that you don't spend the entire festivity in cell. Thank you and remain blessed. Where's anybody not was here? I don't. Full line. Where's the name? Not why. And yet, since I did pull our mask from Batman.